got a final on the first installment of the CP101 Celebration of Life build. This is the Hellcat and the Corsair, and I went different with the Corsair. I just wasn't feeling like doing the standard Corsair, and I did weather it a lot. But this is the monogram. I'm looking for the box. This is the monogram Hellcat. This is the one that I bought for Chris, and I finished it up, and this is just the Revell Corsair, the F4U-4, and I didn't do it traditional at all. Just as Chris would say, I just wasn't feeling it. But you guys seen how I did the primed everything in black, done the pre-shading and stuff, and let me see if I can do it a little different here. There we go. And then I started laying down the paint and everything on them, and you can see all the silver spots that you see. They're little enhanced on camera. They're not that in your face. Those are chips and scratches and stuff that would take it back down to bare metal. What I should have done, like I did on the Hellcat, was taking it down and put some green zinc chromate as well as the scratches. That would have toned them down a little more. I was going to paint the decals on here, the markings, and my attempt to do so failed. I just cut the I've got a different masking vinyl now, and what I used was the clear blue stuff. You guys that cut masks, you know what I'm talking about. Let's see if I can, yeah, I got a piece right here. It's this stuff, and it is stiff. When you take it off here, it is very stiff, and it doesn't conform very well. So what I've got is I've got a new yellow vinyl, which is a lot softer vinyl and stuff. But I had already had the markings cut out in the blue stuff, and yeah, it wouldn't have taken that much to go back in and cut new masks in the yellow, but I just didn't. But the markings just looked like crap, and so I ended up, I had sealed the paint, and so when I tried to paint the markings on, I was actually painting the markings on the on top of the clear coat, so it wouldn't harm the paint underneath of it. So I just took some alcohol on a paper towel and got the so-called markings, the failure markings, off of it, and it didn't come all the way off of it, so I had to end up painting, touching up the paint. And then these are decals out of my decal box, and no, the 24 doesn't represent, on the Hellcat here, the 24 does not represent any particular aircraft, because to me this is what came out of my mind. It called for a dark gloss sea blue, and I went with intermediate blue because I didn't want to go that dark with it. And the underneath this is what it looks like. If you'll notice, the drop tank is a little different coloring than the rest of the plane, is because once they drop that tank, there's no tank that stays with a certain aircraft. When they're out flying and they drop this tank, if they recovered them, then they would inspect for damage and then refuel it, or attach it to another plane and then refuel it. So it went plane after plane, so it would not get the same weathering and damage and stuff as the plane would get. The canopy, it's one of the vacuum form canopies, did not, I mean, it fit pretty good for the most part. What screwed up on it was me. On the corners right in here at the bottom corner, since it was vacuum formed, it wanted to spread out, and when I put the glue on there, I let the glue set up a little bit, and then I come in and I pushed it where it's supposed to be, and then I run tape across the, from the model across the edge of the canopy on both sides, and then that held it in place. But it really didn't. It still kind of sprawled out a little bit, and so it's not perfect. There's nothing perfect on either one of these planes, but I went with the bombs. You can see the two bombs there, external fuel tank, and then you got the 6 missiles or rockets. So a lot of fun with this one. It took me a little while to get going with it, but I did actually have a lot of fun with it. And now the Corsair, and some of you guys will recognize the marking. Get my camera or my light over here work. Get it to work. You guys recognize that marking? This is the Hydra logo from Captain America and the Marvel universe. I got it on the side as well. Oh, there went my prop. And as well as on the bottoms of the wings. Let me see if I can find it before I step on it. And yeah, I decided to not do traditional with this. I don't know, I was working on it, and I had actually gone to bed and was laying in bed, and all of a sudden it hit me that I've got the perfect design for that plane, or the perfect markings for that plane, and so I put them on there. And like I said, I did go overboard a little bit on the weathering. I used a tiny brush. Oh, I dropped it. Used a tiny brush to do the chipping, and hindsight now, I wish that I would have gone with a toothpick, because that's mainly what I used on this, was a toothpick. And you can see that the chipping and weathering effect is a lot less in your face than the other is. You can see the green, some of the green zinc chromate shining through where it had been scuffed off, and I just realized that I scuffed up this non-skid pad, but I didn't scuff up that one. I'll go back and fix that. But that's it. Like I say, I used Vallejo Model Air paint on on pretty much everything. The black primer that you've seen, that I had them primed, I was going to use the Stynylrez black, but I ended up using just cheap flat black spray paint from, I think I got it at Home Depot for 99 cents a can. I'm sure it's a little more expensive than that now, but yeah, 99 cents a can, and I mean, good Lord, it just works great. It may be cheap paint, but I mean, it does good for what the purpose it serves. You can spray it on, and I sprayed it on the bare plastic. There was no reaction whatsoever to the bare plastic, so it gave me the black base and everything that I was wanting, to start out these aircraft. Oh, and I think that's about it. The antennas here are, that's stretched sprue on both of them. See here, but yeah, like I say, this is the final on this one. I do have plans to build probably 3 more aircraft in this 1/48th scale series. I've got and it escapes me. Oh, I've got the FW-190 that I had started out because I was doing this, and then I've got a not a Hellcat, but a Wildcat, and I've got a P40. You know, Chris loved the P40s, so I intend on doing that P40, and definitely going to do the P40 and the FW-190 at a later date. But I have other builds that I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to dedicate to him. So that's it. Don't know what else to say, starting to ramble. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time.